French Montana recently dropped his album Mac and Cheese 5. And with this album, he did a tactic that a lot of artists do, boost their sales, and has been going on in the industry for years now. But it's not something that people really talk about. So I felt like it was something I needed to address and something that I just wanted to discuss today. So remember to subscribe, like the video, and let's dive right into it. So French Montana drops Mac and Cheese 5 with a couple big features on it, and along with it being such a heavily promoted album for French Montana, something that he's wanting to sell a lot, he also dropped 5 different versions of this album. Yeah, he dropped 5. Crazy. He dropped the slowed down version, the sped up version, the acapella version, the instrumental version, the regular version, and the versions version, which totals out to 6. The versions version being all the songs from each one of those versions, all put together into one album, totaling over 120 songs with a 6.5-hour runtime. Now, why would French Montana do this? This is a tactic that's been used a lot to get more album sales, and it's really been prevalent the past couple years, especially with TikTok blowing up. TikTok being a platform that blows up many songs and can make a song a viral hit overnight, a lot of slowed down versions and sped up versions of songs have blown up. Artists tend to follow this wave, and what I've noticed primarily is that when an artist has a song blow up in that matter on TikTok, then they release that version that blew up, sped up or slowed down or nightcore or instrumental, whatever it may be. French went ahead and dropped all the versions, regardless of them not even given a chance to the listener to listen to the album and make content with the music. So with that being said, it's obvious that French Montana dropped this project the way he did because he wanted as many streams as he can, and he wanted one of these songs to blow up overnight and really catch wind on TikTok, shorts, reels. It comes off way differently than him and his team might have originally perceived. Now, why is this bad for French Montana in his career? Before I get into it, I have nothing bad to say about French Montana as a rapper. He's a legend. If you're from New York, you growing up, if you're around my age, like I'm 25 right now, you've bumped some French Montana growing up, and a couple French Montana hits. And I'm not taking anything away from him, but this move does come off as really desperate, and it makes him seem like he's super desperate for the numbers and for the art position. But French Montana doesn't really need any of that at this point in his career. He's already accomplished a lot, and he's definitely past his prime commercially. I don't know as a rapper how he is nowadays. I haven't listened to much French in the past 2 to 3 years, but I know that he's accomplished a ton, and he doesn't really benefit. Yeah, he would benefit if one of these songs do blow up and he sort of gets like a resurgence later in his career. But at the same time, I feel like he doesn't need that. He has a core fan base his core fan base is late 20s, 30s and up. It's fair if he's trying to capture the young audience, but he doesn't really need that when he already has a core fan base. He's already made a lot of money, and he's already done everything that a young artist would want to aspire to do. So, more than anything, fitness and greediness are really what come to mind. Granted, this might not have been his decision or his final say. There is a chance that the label could have been like, hey, we need to sell copies. We need a big album out of this release. You got Lil Baby on there. You got Kanye on there twice. There's a big budget going into this. So that might have been some of the inspiration behind that, but honestly, we don't know. But I do think this is a move that French didn't need to make. There was no real point in doing this. And not to mention, in the end, he ended up doing mid 30K. It hasn't been the full week yet, but he's projected around 33,000 copies. And really, that's nothing spectacular for all this effort he put in. And the reason I think this is bad for his career is not only does it come off as desperate, but it gives the online trolls a lot more ammunition to troll you with. Like, honestly, if you're doing all this effort and selling, let's give him 40K. Let's be optimistic and say he sells 40K. Everybody's going to be like, oh, damn, all that effort just to sell 40,000 units. Like, Like, damn, bro is washed. He's gonna be getting dragged on ecstasy. The first week numbers are confirmed, and I mean he's already getting dragged pretty heavily after the projections came out. So I think a lot of this could have been avoided, and if French Montana had just dropped and done his regular promo run, honestly, he might have gotten. He probably would have sold 20 to 25,000, and yes, he would have gotten clowned for that. Being that he's already a mainstream artist and he's had hits in the past, it's natural that he'll get clowned for that. But it would have flown under the radar a lot more, and for 15,000 copies, it's really not that big a difference to really want to get clowned that much when you're an artist of French Montana's size and accomplishments. But that's just my opinion. I think this is a move that French Montana could have avoided and shouldn't have made. And a lot of artists can learn from this and really change their strategies when dropping and learning, not just trying to care about streaming numbers and the chart position will benefit you, and just focus on the music, make good music, give your fans what they want. And if you're meant to chart that high, you go chart that high. But that's all I got to say. I'm getting off my soapbox. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Have you listened to this French Montana album? I've listened to the acapella version of the song with Lil Baby, but that's it. I haven't checked out the rest of the album. I just got the acapella version on my Spotify homepage. I was like, let me listen to this. I wonder why he dropped an acapella version. And plus, it was pretty funny listening to Lil Baby in acapella. But let me know if you've listened to the album, what your favorite song is, what your favorite French Montana song in general is. And are you a French Montana fan? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.